Good morning. So I thought I would talk to people while I'm driving to my first client this morning. It's a Wednesday morning heading to Groton Long Point. Just about a thought occurred to me about, I hear people say to me all the time, my goodness, you've reinvented yourself so many times over the years. And how do you do it? And how do you do it successfully? Now, mind you, I'm no millionaire. Probably could have been if I just stuck to something, but I am a serial entrepreneur, so I love to start new businesses. I love to create things like this, like a YouTube channel. It's just fun. I have the backyard horse enthusiast. I love interviewing people, meeting new people. But a couple decades ago, 2 decades ago, as a matter of fact, I was a signed artist with my band Pushbox, with 2 X's, one word. And I always wanted the coveted Jägermeister sponsorship. We had a lot of sponsorships. We had Sam Ash Music, Guitar Center, Gibson, Dirtbag Clothing, like so many sponsorships for the band. But the one I wanted was Jägermeister. We were a Jaeger band. Like we were always doing Jaeger bombs, and I'm not promoting the use of alcohol. In fact, I rarely drink now, but back in those days, I did, mostly to give me the courage to step on stage and perform. And, of course, the Jaeger bombs were, energy drinks, right? You were doing Red Bull and Jaeger, and that was just to keep me going, to get me through another performance, because it's exhausting. And we traveled a lot. We had tour buses. We were doing it. We had international exposure, national exposure. We weren't huge by any means, but on a small scale we were doing good. So what's my point? My point is that you don't give up. I am the slight edge person, meaning I believe that anything you do in life and that you want, and if you want to succeed, you have to put some sort of effort in, even if it's only 1% per day. It can be done, and it will lead you to your goals. So for me, again, it was the coveted Jägermeister sponsorship, and I did the application. There is, of course, an application process, and I was like, oh, they'll pick us because we are definitely a Jaeger band. We represent, but they ignored it. So again, what's my point? If I had decided that, oh, goodness gracious, I sent it in, they don't want me, boo-hoo, I'm done, I would have never received that sponsorship. But I didn't give up. In fact, our band from Connecticut was playing Old Orchard Beach, Maine, once a month gig at Mr. Goodbar's, Friday and Saturday night, huge crowds, and boy, they would order extra Jägermeister just for us. Well, while we were there, I saw the Jaeger bus, and we were on our way to dinner, and I'm like, I am not going to dinner until I find out who's on that bus, because the bus was empty. But I was going to find the people that had been on that bus. I walked into every single establishment looking for them, and finally found them at the pier. So we walk in, my drummer and I, and we sit down, and I say to the waitress, I'd like to order 3 Jaeger bombs. And who's the man in charge? And she pointed at this man standing at the bar, and she's like, that's John Hildreth. He's the vice president of Sidney Frank Importers. He's here with his team representing Jaeger. And I was like, now's my chance. Talk about amazing synchronicities and timing, okay? So she delivers our 3 Jaeger bombs, and I step out and I point at this man, and I thought she said Sean Hildreth, so I'm saying Sean, and he finally looks up and looks at me, and he points at himself, and he goes, me? And I said, yeah. And he goes, John. And I said, John, come here, I gotta talk to you. He came over, We did our Jaeger bombs. I told him about our band, where we were playing that night. Invited him to come. His wife was with him, as a matter of fact, and he said, listen, if we have time, we'll go to Mr. Goodbar's and we'll catch one of your sets. And I said, please do. You will not be sorry. We are your Jaeger band. So he came. He did end up, I'm on stage doing my first set. I see him over at the bar talking to the club owners. I step off stage after I finish my set. He steps up with his wife, introduces me, shakes my hand, hands me his business card, and said, congratulations, you're now a Jaeger band. Call me Monday morning. I'm elated, right? Because this is big. So I'm all excited. I share it with the band. They're all excited. We celebrate. We finish our show. And we go back to the hotel. And I said to them, yep, this is great. But now I want to be on the Jägermeister tour, the national tour. To which the bandmates, right? We just got the sponsorship. And my bandmate said, that's a little lofty. Can't you just be happy that you got the sponsorship? I said, I am happy. But I do want to be on the national stage for their tour, the Jaeger tour. Well, I'm happy to say that I did everything I had to do. Having a Jägermeister sponsorship, any sponsorship, it's another job. They have paperwork, you have obligations, they send you thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. My merchandise, our t-shirts, all the swag came on pallets. They would deliver it in my garage, and we would give them out at every show. And then every Monday morning, I would have to submit a form that said where we played, how many people were there, what were the Jaeger specials, and back it up with pictures of the band with their fans doing Jaeger shots. I did that. I did that for 6 months, and then I got the call from the head of Faulty Tours, Jack. And he said to me, Kimber, are you sitting down? And I said, no, but I can be. And I sat down, and he said, congratulations. We'd like to have you on our tour. Opening for Stone Sour, Lacuna Coil, Shadows Fall. So what's my point? My point is you don't give up. You know, a no is a maybe. A no is not a slammed door. It just isn't. You can be overlooked. I'm the person, here I am as a singer, telling you that when I was in junior high school, I auditioned for chorus, okay? I didn't make it. I was not chosen to sing in chorus. Did that stop me from continuing with my love and passion for singing? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, I can probably assure you that not one of the people who made it into chorus became a signed artist like I did. So if I had taken that as an affront, as, oh my gosh, it must mean I'm not a good singer, I can't make chorus. Nope, never did it. And can I tell you how many talent shows I did as an adult with my manager that I didn't place. And yet, I will tell you, in my final year of being a signed artist, not only was I backed and sponsored by the biggest sponsors, I won Connecticut, our band won Connecticut Rock Band of the Year. And that took years, you know, but you keep moving in the right direction. I had a very successful cleaning business with franchises, okay? Started franchises, helped other people start other Kimber Clean housekeeping businesses. Yeah, I turned my passion for cleaning into a profitable and successful business and emulated that, copied it, helped other people start their own businesses. Yep, I cleaned toilets, but I did them really well. I will tell you, back in 2008, when we had the housing crash and the banks were crashing and Wall Street and all of that, I remember my ex and I, we would go to this one restaurant, like every week we would go for dinner, cocktails, and so we became very friendly with the owners. And I remember one of the owners coming over to chat, and he was like, "Oh, Kimber, oh my gosh, you must be, with this crisis, this crash, like you must be doing terrible. Your business must be failing, right?" And I said, "No." And he was shocked. He's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "No, actually, it's grown." And he wanted to know how that could possibly happen. Why? Because I see the diamond in everything. Like, I see it in there, and I'm going to keep panning and sifting. What I knew was that more people, all right, you might have a husband working full-time or vice versa, the wife or partner or whatever, and the other one working part-time because they're taking care of the children and household stuff, whatever, right? What I knew was going to happen is that those part-timers or no-timers were going to shift into working either part-time or full-time. And guess what was going to suffer? A clean house. I marketed to that. The business grew. So it's always looking for the diamond in the rough. It's seeing the opportunities where other people see gloom and doom. It doesn't have to be that way. My statement that I say all the time in coaching, because now I'm a certified Gestalt practitioner, is just make incremental, tiny changes, steps in the right direction every single day. You cannot go wrong. If you do 1% of something every day towards your goal, that's going to add up to a lot at the end of the year. You will see progress. Nothing happens overnight, and actually you don't want it to. You need success is building incrementally, step by step, adjusting along the way. You have to transition. You've got to get used to the changes. So when they happen too fast, then it's overwhelm, and then you're going to fail. You're going to abandon. You're just going to jump off the ship. I'm done. So I have never seen failure as failure. I've seen them as challenges, opportunities to learn. So what most people might see as a failure, like that didn't work, I don't abandon. I go, well, I got to rethink that. What can I do? It was like when I built a chicken coop for the first time. I didn't even know how to use power tools. I didn't. I had to rebuild that thing 3 times. The run for them. By the time I engineered and built my 3rd one, it was great. It was great. Was it frustrating along the way to have what I made fail? A little bit, of course. But that frustration was a challenge to me. Figure it out, figure it out, figure it out, right? How boring would life be if everything we endeavored to do was a success right out of the gate? I don't think so. My biggest successes come from my biggest frustrations and challenges. So all I want to say to everyone is just keep going at it. If your home is swallowing you, you've got clutter everywhere, make small changes. Write them down. Write down what your challenges are. Write down what you want your outcomes to be. And then make incremental little changes every single day towards your goals. And you will get there. You will see success. You won't if you give up, but you will if you keep trying. None of us were born knowing everything. We had to learn, right? We had to emulate. Well, every day is a learning opportunity. Look at it as an adventure and have fun with it. Have fun. 5 minutes ago, for me, it's gone. For you, it's gone. You're never getting that back. Make the most of it. All right, that's all I want to share for today. Sorry about the glare in my face. I'm actually driving into the sun. It's a hot and steamy day out here on the shoreline. All right, I'm sending love and blessings to everyone. Just keep going. And if you need or want or seek coaching, find me at transformativepathways@gmail.com, or leave a comment that you would like to pursue some action coaching. You can do a consult, you can do weekly, bi-weekly, whatever. We can do it over Zoom, we can meet in person. I'm available. All right, guys. Take care. Be well.